Welcome to Missing the Magic, your husband and wife Disney duo. Michelle is the pixie dust optimist, cheering for warm churros and stunning fireworks. Joe is the grumpy realist, calling out lines and prices that miss the mark. We give credit where Disney makes magic and call them on it when they don't. From parks to cruises, films, and food, clear takes and sharp laughs await. Skip the fluff, keep the fun, and get tips for a smoother trip. Grab your ears, bring your backpack, and let's find the magic together.
Okay, so day 4 of the trip, which is being recorded on day 5 because,
We were just really tired.
well, I had 4 beers by the time I got back to the room and really was just going to go to bed at that point.
That would have been a very interesting podcast if we had done that.
So anyway, day 4. Day 4 was St. Thomas Excursion Day.
Yeah.
So how'd that work out?
So we were kind of late in the day with getting off. Our tour didn't start until 11:15. So we kind of had most of the morning.
And we did breakfast.
We had breakfast. We
We
kind of eased into things, took our time getting ready. It also happened that one of our dinner couples was going to be on the tour as well. So that was nice that we had
your face.
Yeah, we had familiar faces.
And we had someone else to talk to, which was nice.
Right. So
Chase and his wife were hilarious. So that was always fun.
yeah. So we get the tour, and here's our little gripe. You want me to tell the group?
Go ahead.
Okay. So they have you meet the back of the ship.
Now, keep in mind, this is a handicap-friendly or mobility-friendly tour.
So they have everybody meet the back of the ship, but to get off the ship, we have to go all the way to the front of the ship and down, where it probably would have made more sense for this specific tour to have them meet elsewhere. So that was really the only...
When you dock, they have 2 gangways to get to the dock. One is stairs, one is a ramp. The ramp is at the front of the ship, the stairs are at the back. They had all the people that are limping and
in
wheelchairs meet at the back of the ship,
only to go to the front.
Walk all the way to the front, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah, but that was that.
So right, so it could have been done better, for sure.
Right.
So we get on the bus. Shane
was our driver,
otherwise known as Toothpick.
Oh, look at you remembering that.
Yeah, well, because he made a joke about
he did make
being a toothpick
anymore. Right.
And so it's worthwhile to take an aside here. So I have hearing issues to begin with, and I have a very difficult time understanding accents. And
he doesn't watch as much British TV as I do. So
no. And every cast member on this ship seems to come from a different country and have a different accent.
And that's every cruise line, though.
Right. And so every interaction I have is difficult to understand. Well, Shane had a very heavy accent, and I understood about every third word that he said. And I don't say that to be mean or racist or insensitive. That's me. I just have a difficult time understanding accents. So I was able to pick some of the stuff out. And he was incredibly informative. He obviously had his own presentation that he gave and was polite enough to allow us to interact with him and ask questions. And he answered all of our questions very well. I really appreciate him giving us, because I'm the type of person, I always ask questions so I can understand better, understand more, I can learn more. So I was peppering him with questions. We were sitting in the front of the bus, and I was peppering him with questions the whole time. So we get in the bus, we do this terrifyingly treacherous drive on the left-hand side of the road, which still freaks me out. I haven't had to deal with that since I was in Ireland. And you go up these really narrow, winding roads with these really tight switchbacks to get up the mountain, and you're in this bus that's not very maneuverable. And everyone seems to be coming directly at you from the other direction all the time.
Yeah.
So there were 3 stops that we were going to do, and he's filling the time in between with information. On the right, you'll see this. On the left, you'll see that. So that was interesting. So we get up to the first stop. It's an overlook that looks out on the harbor where the ship is. So we get out. Beautiful place to take pictures of the ship. We'll have tons of pictures of the ship from up there. It was hot.
Yeah.
No shade. And honestly, it probably wasn't hot for the tropics because it was probably in the 80s.
Right.
But it was humid.
Right.
But out in the sun, I'm on medication that makes it difficult to regulate my body temperature. And I almost passed out up there. I was so hot. We had 12 minutes at the first stop, which I thought was funny.
Right.
You actually were hitting the local vendors there.
Yeah, I bought a ring.
Yeah.
Just something cute.
I bought water.
You bought water.
And then we were back on the bus, going further up. Wine. Come to the next stop itself. And this is just another overlook on the other side of the island.
Right. No vendors or anything to buy anything. Basically, just get off, take some photos, get back on.
And I didn't even get off this time because I was just so overheating.
Right.
So you take your pictures, you get back on. Oh, and it's worth mentioning, the first stop, we had a duel with another tour bus. We were about to make the left in, and this guy makes a right coming from the opposite direction and cuts us off. So they pull into the parking lot. We scraped
the bottom
of the bus because of the low clearance.
Right.
And the driver was so steep. So after we negotiate scraping the barnacles off the bottom of the bus, we pull in, and the bus ahead of us comes in, makes a turn, and he's going to back in. But before he has a chance to back in, Shane decides, you know what? You screwed me. I'm going to screw you.
Yep.
And he pulls into his spot. So I thought we were going to have a fist fight between bus drivers.
Yeah. But fortunately, nothing.
It didn't.
Nothing happened.
So right to the second stop, windy, all the way back up. And you get to the top of the mountain or close to the top of the mountain.
Right.
And we get to our third stop. And this is at a gift shop. I mean, it's super, like Shane said on the bus, souvenirs. But they've got banana daiquiris too.
Right. So.
And they have an observation deck outside,
Yeah.
which is another beautiful overlook. So we all got out for that. We walked around. I started heating up again. Had to go back to the front of the store where the air conditioner is literally blowing a curtain of air down and stood there to cool off.
Yeah.
You did a little bit of shopping.
Yeah, I picked up, actually, I only picked up one thing there, I think. One or two. I don't remember.
The egg, and I thought you got something else.
I thought I got something else, too. I know I got the egg.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I bought.
But
I bought something, and it was actually for our daughter. It's a little Lego-y type thing. So
we had a little over a half hour at that place there. Got some ice cream. That helped to cool me down, which was nice.
Yeah.
Apparently they use rum for everything.
Yeah.
So I just got a scoop of ice cream with rum cake. You can't avoid rum, apparently.
Yeah. I think it's probably insulting if you turn it down.
Yeah. Like you're insulting your heritage.
Yeah. You dishonored my pig.
Back on the bus.
All
the way down the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Saw driveways that seemed physically
impossible to
navigate to people's homes.
I think the people that earn the most money on these islands are mechanics that deal with transmissions, because just looking at this 45-degree angle.
Transmissions and I think brake pads.
Brake pads.
The brake pad capital of the world.
Yeah.
I've been to San Francisco before, and they've got hills.
These
aren't hills. You're literally climbing a mountain,
Yeah.
a paved mountain.
But what was funny was to see a Wendy's and a McDonald's
and a Home Depot.
I
guess that's not unusual. It is American territory.
It is. Yeah, it's a U.S. territory. So, yeah. So that was kind of funny.
So we get back.
Mm-hmm.
What did we do after the tour?
So after the tour, you went back on the ship. I walked the little shops. What's nice is where they dock, there's always some sort of local shopping
I'm not
area.
Sure that's nice because those shopping areas are just tourists.
Well, yeah, they're exactly for the
you're not going to experience.
Right, you're not going to, and sometimes you don't want to. It's just the way. So I walked up and down looking for, some last minute things if there was anything exciting, and there wasn't. So I got back on the ship maybe a half hour after you did.
You got back on the ship much faster than I thought you would because I had literally just gotten back to the
Right.
You walked.
Yeah. So
Which tells you how slow I'm walking at this point.
yeah.
So after that, what did we do? Got ready for dinner.
Well, I know I did the craft. I did my second adult craft. Hold on.
So you went for crafts. I skipped out crafts this time because I had so much fun making a bag last time. And you made a paper Mickey.
Yeah. Actually, I saw somebody put it on their fish extender.
Oh.
They kind of hooked him, and yeah. So this was kind of cute. It was, what's nice is because obviously they're always doing arts and crafts for the kids. And what's nice is then they do something for adults so that we can feel like kids. But then after I took this, I was, heading back to the room, and Peter Pan was out. They were doing photos with Peter Pan. So I was like, all right, let me get a picture with Peter Pan. So of course I'm carrying my mouse. And they're like, oh, what is that small creature? And I'm like, oh, let me put him on the side so he's not in the picture. I'm like, oh, Mickey needs to be in the picture. So my photo pass pictures with Peter Pan, we have Mickey Mouse as well. So
Nice.
That was kind of cute.
So it was pirate night.
Yes. Yesterday was pirate night.
So we got all gussied up.
Yep.
Our pirate gear.
Yep.
Which is exceedingly hot.
You need to be the cool version of.
Yeah. I need an air conditioner.
An air conditioner. But it's so, especially like with Halloween, to see how over and above people get with it. Same thing with pirate night.
Right.
There were very few people not in some sort of
and the
garb.
Wolfman showed up.
Yeah, Wolfman showed up again.
Costume.
Yeah, so that was
fun.
That was funny. So I got my picture taken with Mickey.
Right.
He was dressed as a pirate. We did that after dinner.
We did a whole bunch of other
photo
sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Then we retired to, I retired to the sky.
But we had dinner.
Right.
Dinner was back at Coco. So this was our second rotation of Coco.
Enjoyable because there was no show. So we could have a meal in peace.
Yeah. And all of our table, we all were in costume in some way, shape, or form. We actually got a group photo.
Earl was photoed in on this one.
Well, so was Tracy. They both.
Yeah.
They just had T-shirts and their bandanas, but it was a pirate shirt. It was still,
true.
Still pirate themed.
I still think they should have had to suffer like me. So we did dinner. Was at the restaurant again.
Right. Did all of our photos.
Yep.
Except for, I think there was only one background that we didn't get, but that was fine. Then you went to the Scat Cat.
I got a beer there.
And I think I was waiting to see Mickey then.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to see Lori again, but we were in there around 9:45. She didn't come until 10:15. So once you were done, you came in, we skipped out of there.
Right.
And then we went over to the Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
So fireworks were going to be at 10:15.
Right.
Everybody was upstairs. 10:30. Close enough. Adjust for the time zones. Everybody else was basically going upstairs for the pirate party and the fireworks, and we pretty much had the Haunted Mansion to ourselves. We sat in 3 different locations.
Yeah, so we started off sitting on the one side so that he could take pictures. Then there were 2 seats available by the fireplace, so we moved over there for a little bit. Then seats opened up at the bar, and we ended up there.
Yes, and I have to tell you, if you're going to come on and you're going to sit in the Haunted Mansion, you have to sit at the bar at some point in time because as they play through the various scenes, you get Madame Leota's doing her routine and there's a tambourine to ring. There's a bell to ring. There's banging on the walls. It's a very interactive experience.
It's a very Rocky Horror Picture Show experience in a way.
And the vast majority of things that happen on the mirror behind the bar. So it's the best seat in the house.
Absolutely.
They're also very comfortable. My back was killing me. And I was able to sit at the bar for a bit and ease them. Of course, I think, or then I was on my 3rd beer. So that.
Yeah, so you didn't even care.
I don't remember what the bartender's name was. Like Emily, I think, or Millen, something like that.
We'll have to make sure. I'm sure we'll be there and he'll be there. And he's so funny because he's, whenever like somebody goes to leave, he doesn't say, I'll miss you, I love you. He always says, I hate you.
I hate you very much.
I hate you very much. Because you have to be in that motif of,
So we were the only ones sitting there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about the fireworks. You wanted to go up. I said, no, I don't really want to go up. I don't want to deal with the crowds. And he was nice enough to come over and say, hey, look, you guys don't like crowds. Here's my recommendation. And he gave you a path to go, a place to sit. And how'd that work out for you?
So it actually ended up working out better than I expected. So what he had suggested was basically to take the elevators all the way up to 13 to be on the adult-only deck. He said, because you can still see the screen and you can still see the fireworks. I'm like, all right. So I end up doing that. I end up on the 13th floor. The show was already going on. I couldn't see it because unless you were right against the railing, or you're taller than 5 foot, you couldn't really see. Like I could kind of see. I couldn't even see the screen. I'm up ahead, but I could hear it, and that was fine.
Also 5 foot nothing.
Well, I know that's why I said if I had been taller, I probably would have seen something. So I was, kind of leaning against one side. I was leaning another. I'm like, you know what? There was a deck chair, and I figure, all right, well, let me just sit there, and this way, when the fireworks start, I'll get up or whatever. So they finish kind of with their set, and now they start the fireworks. And the fireworks are literally right there from where I'm sitting.
Right there?
They were right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Wow.
We'll have video of it so you can see how awesome my and the seats were reclining. So I was like this with my cat. I was like so comfortable just recording.
So it is
fireworks.
Noting when they do the fireworks, they fire them off over the starboard side.
Mm-hmm.
And what they will do is put a restriction in place so that you cannot be on your balcony or your veranda, or whatever they want to call it. And you can't have personal effects out there because of safety reasons.
Right.
However, I was in the room at the time, and I could sit in the room, look out our veranda on the deck 7, and see a good portion of the show and at least the flashes hitting the ship and stuff. So if you're on the starboard side, you might not need to go up on deck.
Right.
I think it was a really cool experience.
I could see that. Yeah. But it was great to see it, the music playing with it. It wasn't a terribly long fireworks show, but it was definitely enough to like, oh, okay, that was a party. And then after the fireworks, they continued playing the music and doing that. And a lot of the adults that were upstairs ended up leaving. So I managed to luck out and get on an elevator going back to our floor relatively quickly. So I was kind of back in the room.
Much faster than I thought.
Much faster than I thought, too. So that.
But I stayed in the Haunted Mansion the whole time.
Yes.
And it was me and another couple at the bar, and that was it. It was the most incredible experience having the entire Haunted Mansion to myself after going through so many crowded sessions.
Yeah.
Mansion. So that was very enjoyable.
And I think we found that going after like 9 o'clock, after 9 o'clock,
kids aren't allowed to go.
I was going to say after 9 o'clock, kids aren't allowed in the Haunted Mansion. That helps to kind of clear it out a little.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I was exhausted.
Yes.
I think I had a little bit of, heat exhaustion that I was dealing with. I had a headache. I was cranky. I'm cranky a lot, but, I was more cranky than usual.
Right.
But I was able to...
The beers help.
Get a couple beers into me and put up with the aggravation. But all in all, it was a good day. Yeah. And we'll be back in a little bit, a little later tonight for a day 5 roundup. And go from there.
Yep.
That's it for day 4, right?
Yep. Day 4, done.
Day 4 in the can.
Yep.
All right.
That's a wrap on this episode of Missing the Magic. If you enjoyed the mix of cheers and critiques, follow the show. Leave a quick rating and share it with a fellow fan. Have a question, hot take, or park hack we should try? Send it our way at comments@insightsintothings.com. Or call it and leave us a voicemail at 856-403-8788. Thanks for listening, and thanks to Disney for the memories worth talking about. Keep your ears handy, bring your backpack, and we'll meet you back here for more Missing the Magic.